Hi, we're at Greystoke Studio today and we're going to demonstrate how to export dry stems so that you can send a mix that you've been working on to another studio and they can mix it in any software, whether it's Pro Tools, Ableton, Logic or anything. The idea is we send them dry stems starting at bar 1 and finishing at the end bar, and they can just pull the project in and they'll be able to mix it. All the files will be named, all of them will be 24-bit, 48K, absolute perfect for any mixing engineer to mix. So the first thing we do is we're exporting an album today. So we've made the end of the file name, dry stems, then the BPM, start bar 111, Greystoke Studio, and today's date, 2nd of February 21. The idea being that all the saves have got the same name. Okay, so we're going to start on a track called Earth. We'll load that up, open the file, and then we go to the last save, which will be Earth, 12th of the 5th, 20, unmastered. So that's the last mix that was sent to be mastered. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, make a copy of that. Then I'm going to grab this, which is something I prepared earlier. And then we just go to our new save and pull that there we go. I happen to know this is 104 BPM, so I'm putting the BPM in, but if you haven't, you can do that later. Now we're going to load this up. So it's important to work on a new save so that if you change the project at all, you're not corrupting any of the work that you've done previously. Right, we've loaded up the project. Okay, the first job to do is to make the song end. We're going to do a cycle around the whole song, so it's 1 bar before the song starts, and then the cycle ends 1 bar after the song finishes. Perfect. It finishes, the loops finishes at bar 133, so we want the song to end at 134. So if we go to Customize Control Bar and Display, and then we click on Key Signature Project End, OK, type in 134, the song now ends at bar 134. The next thing we need to do is get rid of any channels that we're essentially not using for the export. So all the buses, we don't need the buses. We've got some spaces there. So I'm going to go delete unused tracks, which you can get to from functions, but I know the key command. Command Shift Delete. And that gets rid of all the channels that we're not using. Next thing we do is we go down and we name all the tracks. If they're named, great. If they're missing, you name them. Snare, tom, floor, overhead. That's all good. Impact, sweep, DI. This is bass, DI, and then we've also got bass, amp, Steinway, piano, ARP, middle 8 lead. This is a synth, so we're just going to call that synth lead, shift copy, and then we've also got another one, synth lead ARP, that's ARP Odyssey. Then we've got violins, violas, cellos. We've got all these guitars because they're, what we can do, this is a nifty little trick, all these parts of guitars, if I select them all and call them guitar like that, I can hit Command Alternate Shift End and it's going to name all these channels. There you go. So these two acoustic guitars, they're already named the mics, but they're not. It's not actually named that it's a guitar. So I'm going to call this AC guitar, and it's still got the name of the mic. The same here. AC GTR. Just going to copy that, shift copy. So that's named as well. Here we go. And this one here. Right, now when I'm finished, I'm going to name all the parts, but let's just work on making sure that all the channels are named, because that's all that actually really matters, because the channels, when they're exported, they call them whatever's written down here. So I'm just making sure they've all got names on. They've all got names. Yes. Audio. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. So like before, I'm going to name these Joe BBs. Command alternate Shift N, and it's going to name these 2 channels. There you go. All right. These are all named. They're all named. They're all named. And we've got some more down here that aren't named. So because they're named here, I'm just going to select them, or Apple alternate Shift N, and now they're all named. Okay, the router, let's have a look. Is there automation? There's automation. We don't want automation on the mix, so let's just I'm looking at the track. There's no automation anywhere else on the track apart from the main mix. So let's just go to mix and go delete all automation. And now we've deleted that, let's just make sure that this is at 0. Command Shift Delete to get rid of any tracks we're not using. That's done. To name all the parts, we select all the channels and then go alternate Shift N, and that's named all the channels, whatever you've named it down there. Just nice and neat. Apple save. Normally you would cycle from bar -1 to bar 133, and that will export all the channels, but I'll just do a 2-bar cycle just to show you how to do it. File, export, all tracks as audio files, and we're going to put all these into a special folder. So we're going to make a new folder, dry stems, create. First track is Earth, name that Earth, create. Then we're going to say cycle range only, wave, 24-bit. We want to bypass effect plugins, and we don't want any normalizing or overload protection, just off. Then we hit export, and because it's a 2-bar loop, it's going to take very, very little time to export. If it's exporting and you've made a mistake, to stop it, you just hit Command dot and it will stop the export. Okay, that's exported. Apple save. Apple close that. And then we go to the dry stems, and if you look, there's all your dry stems, all named. If you want to check that they've worked okay, let's go to Logic again and go File, New, just open a new project, and audio, and let's make it 104 BPM because we've already noted. And then you literally just grab everything like that, pull it in like that, create new tracks, and this is just literally just a test that I've done the work correctly. Change project to 48. Change project, yeah. I didn't load up one of my templates, they're already set up at 48, but right, there you have it. There's our 2-bar project, and there you go. And we'll just turn it up a little bit. Okay, so there you have it. Everything's pulled in, and everything's named, middle, octave, they're all the vocals, kick, and it's all pulled in. You know, this is just happens to be what was playing at those 2 bars. Okay, so that concludes it. Don't forget, if you like the video, click on the like. Don't forget to subscribe, and all comments are welcome. Thank you very much, and do check out the other videos. We've got loads. Thank you.